Hello, my yogis. Um, it's been a couple weeks. I've been slacking. I've been in fall transition and some sickness and really just sickness of low self-esteem and projecting that out into the world and not getting the results that I want. So tonight's talk is just about self-confidence. It's about finding that inner strength within you and knowing that you are worth it. You are worth everything you want to create in this life. And those are not dreams. We've got Lou here tonight with us. Todd, you want to say hi? Say hi. He's a good girl. Yeah. Baby girl joining me for a blog sesh. Mom and a girl. Living a good life as always. Perched on my shoulder. Um, so I've just jotted down a few notes. I've jotted down a few ideas, a few concepts that I want to touch on and just like have a brainstorming session, have a conversation, have some inner contemplation, intercontemplating about what it means to be confident, what it means to go out into the world and say, this is me, respect me for who I am. I'm human, I have rights. Treat me with worthiness because I deserve it. And I will do you the same because you are worth it. And it is those type of reciprocal interactions that I am wanting to cultivate in my life. So that's what's on today's agenda. Let's do it. Let's get down to it. Hey, shall we? Okay. So the first one I want to talk about that I've been personally going through, personally learning to understand a lot in the past 2.5 weeks. Started a new job. I'm working at a poke restaurant. Pretty easygoing job. Not where I thought I would be, but it works. It works. I works. It works. Um, so far, it doesn't pay the bills yet. Still haven't got my first paycheck, but that's okay. It's on the way. On the way, and it's going straight to my savings account and straight to my future living fund. Future self financial independence fund. And funding future self fund. That's also a big key. I'm going to write that down because that's really important. Funding future self fund. Because what you want to accomplish takes tools. It takes assets, you know? You need to have some I can't think of another word other than tools. You need to have some equipment under your belt or on your belt if you work in like construction or whatever. Anyways, equipment to help facilitate your dreams and to help facilitate your goals. And that's the phase I'm in. I'm in the phase where I'm trying to bring in and gather those resources. And some of them are people, some of them are through networking skills, some of them are through my relationships, some of them are through my teachers and my coaches and my mentors. And some of them are through friendships, and like some are just through myself. Yeah, we were on the topic of self-talk. Maybe hop back to self-talk first and then come back to tools. Anyways, so back to self-talk. Really, so start a new job. It's okay. It's going well. I have a routine which is consistent, but I've found that I've pushed aside a lot of my own personal goals every night after I get home from work, just because I'm tired and it's been a long day working with people, and a long day of feeling like I'm not working towards my future, even though I'm finding a way to fund my future. So there's some there's some inner turmoil, there's some controversy there internally about being there and putting my time in at work, because I feel like I could be putting my time in better. But essentially, what that comes down to is self confidence. Because often I found that when when I don't feel confident in my goals and in my dreams, I don't put the time in. I don't put the effort in. I say, oh, it's okay to go binge watch an entire half of the second half of the first season of American Horror Story, because like uh what am I gonna really get accomplished this, winter season? What am I really gonna get accomplished? What am I really working towards? I'm not valuing the goals that I have for myself and the vision that I have for the way I want my life to look. I'm discrediting those passions that are so important to me and that have such value when I make those kinds of decisions. And it's not me saying like don't give yourself a rest day or afternoon, a couple hours and chill out and watch some Netflix. I'm saying like just be aware of your patterns. And that cycles back to your patterns of self-talk. Really with the way we interpret the world and we take in information through our senses, through our perception of life, can really affect the way we interact with the world. And there are a lot of times where I just feel like shit, okay? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I feel like shit, and life feels like a bag of shit, for lack of a better word. And some days I just don't know what else to do than just project all that out, just project it on my coworkers, project it on myself, project it on my customers, project it on everybody, and just like just allow myself to fall into this mental space where every interaction is a negative. And I think a lot of that has to do with self-care, with the way we nourish ourselves and the way we eat, in the way we drink. Are we drinking enough water? Are we eating enough food? Are we eating enough nourishing whole foods to have healthy thoughts and healthy relationships with our environment? Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't eat it all today. I ate a few almonds and a few blueberries, thanks to my bleed. Shout out to the bleed. And if he ever watches this, it's gonna be a cute moment. um, but Like I didn't eat any food all day and my body felt terrible. I was so pissed. I was so pissed at the end of the day. I was so angry. I was so mad and cranky. I just, I was just like, fuck. Why? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? This is bullshit. You hate me. I hate you. Not like everyone watching this. Sorry, just like in my mind, me at work, in my helping people, serving people. I'm serving people food. I'm putting food in people's bodies. Yes, I'm not buying the food, but I'm preparing, not really preparing, it's already prepared. I'm scooping food and giving it to people, watching them eat it, and that gives me some sense of fulfillment. Because I love to serve others. I'm gonna serve others somehow fully in any way that I can until I can do it more intentionally in alignment with my goals. And so that understanding of self, not self, of serving others, that is where the switch can take place. That is where you can think back about the thought processes that you've been having and say, no, like that is not true. That is not how I feel. That is not what is in this other person's mind. This other person's hungry. They're probably hangry as hell too. And they're probably just looking for a nourishing meal to get them through their day and on to a happy evening. And so understanding that you can rewrite your self-talk and rethink and reframe your perspective through cue tools like serving others, that is huge. That is a huge tool that you can have under your belt, or on your belt, or in your hand. Write it on your wrist, like text it to yourself, tell it to your coworkers. Maybe remind each other why you're there and what you're doing. That you're supporting yourself and supporting others. And it doesn't matter, truly doesn't matter what you do. You're part of something. You're a part of the community. And you're trying. You're trying to be positive. You're trying to help others. You're trying to serve. And that word trying is huge. Because putting any amount of effort in is more than not putting in any at all. And that's why I'm here tonight, to be honest. I'm trying. I haven't been studying. I haven't been focused. I'm feeling lost. Feeling exhausted and kind of hopeless. But through the act of making this video about self-confidence, I haven't spoken more clearly and eloquently and confidently than I have tonight in the past month. And that is because I've set intentions. I've written my tools down. I have made positive pathways in my mind to establish healthy habits of positive self-talk. And through this act of talking to you tonight, I am gaining some confidence. I am gaining some of that understanding of the correct perception I want to have of the world back. Pardon me. I'm bringing that back into focus. YouTube's a tool. Everybody knows it. That's why they use it. So I invite you to blog. I invite you to talk and speak on self-confidence. Talk to your friends about it. Talk to anybody about it. Feeling like you have low self-esteem? Feeling like you have low confidence? Talk about it. Talk about the solutions. Don't talk about how shitty it feels to feel like everyone hates you and now you're at the bottom and nothing's going to go anywhere. Focus on the positive. Focus on your tool belt to get you through. Focus on the assets you have in your life to get you from point A to point B. And I know I'm going to get there someday. I know that I'm going to accomplish these goals. I hesitate. And I put things in the back of my mind. And I act like, oh, it'll happen when it's supposed to. But who decides when it's supposed to? I decide. I take my future into my hands and I bring it to the present moment. I say, this is my now. And I say that I want to make my future a bright one. And that I want to teach yoga. I want to teach yoga while I'm going back to school, while I'm at college, while I'm at uni. I want to teach my way through school. I want to support myself as a teacher. That is a confident goal. That is me standing up for myself and saying I can support myself through serving others, through something I'm passionate about. Now that is my goal. That is where my self-confidence is rooted. I am done. I'm done feeling unworthy. Ever since I was a child, I felt like I was in a place of lacking. Now, I want to shout out to one of my favorite of all time meditation teachers, Sarah Blondin. She's fantastic. Go listen to her podcasts and her meditations. Insight Timer. It's a great app. Download it. On self-trust, worthiness, being in the present moment, accepting change, moving through transformation. All of those meditations are about you developing self-confidence, are about you seeing yourself through your eyes, seeing the world through your eyes, and knowing you can create this future for yourself. I have a huge goal in my heart to start hosting classes. And I have that there, and it's been waiting. It's been waiting for months. It's been waiting for months to be respected and heard from me. And I've been scared. I'm scared of being judged, of being rejected, being lonely. But I have to try. I have to try for myself. For the love I have for myself. and for the goals that I have for my future. I have to try. I have to put the effort in, just as I have to put the effort in when I go back to school. And not just with finishing my classes, getting my homework done, wiping my hands of it, and saying I'm done for the day. But I need to go in and I need to meet with my professors. I need to meet with tutors. I need to network and educate and get involved with people in the psychology department in my university. I need to ask them about how they got where they are. I need to have conversations about what I'm afraid of because I'm not going to allow it to hold me back. I'm not going to allow my feelings of feeling unworthy to keep me from trying. I refuse. I refuse. Pardon my tears. Next point. After you come into alignment with your thoughts and your actions, it's prioritizing your time. Knowing the best way you need to structure your time to be productive throughout your day. And that's with work too. That's a huge part of it. Knowing how many hours you should be working to support your lifestyle and how many hours you should be putting into your goals, how many hours you should be putting into your study. Now, I want you to segment those groups out individually. Those are like the three main pillars that you need to really feel like you are getting somewhere. Because you need your work, you need a paycheck, you need to support yourself as an individual. You need your time to study, you need your time to educate yourself and to find confidence and knowledge and an understanding of knowing and a strong foundation to support your goals. And you need time to map those out. You need time to contact people, to network, to put in time creating the tools, whether that's through developing a website, whether that's through going and doing some kind of collaboration work, some kind of group project with somebody to promote the collective you're in or to promote this event you have coming up. Whatever it is, you need time devoted to all three of those things. And last, and also extremely important, you need time for yourself. You need time for self-care. You need time to sleep, to sleep and to nourish and respect yourself through your meals, through the way you bathe, shower, and do self-care. Go to the bathroom and stuff like that, and comb your hair and put lotion on your face. And, that's also very important. Time for self-nourishment, time for self-motivation. And in that time can be exercise. In that time can be your yoga practice, your self-care time. Write those down because I like those. I like those. I like that idea. I like that. 4 pillars. And once more, we have work, goals, studies, and self-care. Now, finding your own schedule and planning out specific time to get tasks done is key. Efficiency. Commitment and efficiency is key. And execution. But to put it simply, what do you think about commitment and efficiency and execution? Important? She thinks it's important. Me and Blueberry are on a kinetic wavelength. Anyways, understanding your main goals for execution on each day is how you map out your day. So my main goal tomorrow is to have a conversation with one of my mentors and teachers and tell her that I want to rent out her space to teach classes. 2 classes twice a week, Sunday evenings, Wednesday mornings. Boom. Cut and dry. That's my goal. That's what my heart is telling me that I need to do. But I've been putting that off for like 4 months now. But that doesn't matter because I'm in the here and now. Now's the time to accomplish this. Tomorrow is the time to accomplish this. So in that time frame, I need to do what I need to do. I need to take the steps within that day to prepare myself for completing that goal. Now, I started out tonight by writing out what I want to say. And I know tomorrow I'm going to take that piece of paper with me and I'm going to read it over and over again to myself. And I'm going to let her know that I read over the rules and that I would like to meet her for coffee and would like to discuss the opportunity of renting out the space for her. To let her know that I feel confident in hosting a group of people in her studio space, in the collective studio space that she hosts. Now, I know it doesn't really seem that daunting, but for me, it's taking that next step, and it's scary, and it's not a traditional yoga studio. So I feel out of place, but I also feel a great sense of freedom. Grave too, I guess. Deep, like a deep grave. Deep sense of freedom in that. because I'm not traditional. I'm not a traditional teacher. And I need to stop trying to be like every other teacher out there. And I need to stop trying to tell myself how to do it. Because the only time you do is when you're doing it. That's what's so ironic about teaching is it happens in the moment. You know? It's in the current moment. And so right now I'm trying to teach myself how to be self-confident. And that's through sharing my concepts and ideas with all of you. And if anyone ever watches this, I hope they hear me. I hope you know how much worth you have in this life. Wow. Noonday. Sorry, pausing for more crying. Kind of getting over a baby cold, so sorry for that outburst. It's clearly moved to some kind of experience in the senses. Hey, Shmoo Bear. Come here. No. Right. And this brings me to my next point. Take risks. Put yourself out there. Say what you want. Ask for it. Know that you are worth getting it, whether it's now or in 2 weeks or in a month or in a year. If you ask for it, it will begin to come into alignment with your life. And if that takes a community, ask for support. Don't be afraid. Just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I want you to be involved. Show up for me, for yourself, for everyone else in the community, because it's good. It's good what we're doing. We are gathering. We are holding space for ourselves and each other, and we're healing. And anytime that is the focus in what you are working towards, through whatever outlet you have, for me, it's yoga. Through others, it's art. Through others, it's music. Whatever outlet you have, harness that. Harness that and jump in. Jump in fully and completely. Okay? And then prioritize your time to prepare yourself for the swim. However that looks. Whether that's asking a friend to practice with you, practice your routine with you before you go and teach it. Whether that's asking your friends to show up for your class, whether that's, just preparing for it on your own, whether that's meditating, whether that's doing art, whether that's asking your friend to do some kind of speaking exercises with you so you feel confident in your speech and how you sound and pronunciation of words, Like, whether that's asking your friend to pose for you so you can work on your drawing. We are a community of people in a civilization for a reason because we need each other. We need each other desperately to find purpose. Now, okay, sorry, just getting situated. Now, with that being said, it all seems so clear, right? Oh, I should just do that thing I've been wanting to do, right? I should just go to that pottery class, you know? I should just text my friend and say, hey, come over. Let's do yoga. Hey, let's go draw at the park, you know? Hey, let's go practice that one song we were talking about singing because we really liked it, you know? Hey, you want to come over and practice the guitar with me? Hey, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to try. Because you are worth it. You are a free spirit in this life, and you are meant to express. So allow your heart to say how it feels. Allow your heart to express itself through your actions. And similar to prioritizing your time, put your energy towards what you want to cultivate. So through your self-talk, through your actions, through what else? Through your interactions with people, you know, I want to be self-confident. So I'm going to put energy into making myself feel strong within my person, speaking confidently, loudly, being heard, being respected by others, but also being likable and being lovely and being fun, happy, and enjoyable to be around. Don't be a self-confident asshole. You know, don't allow your ego to blind you from other purples. Royal goop. Don't allow your ego to blind you from seeing and empathizing with other people. And realize that other people are going through crazy shit too, you know? Other people are in it every day, in and out, grinding, going at it. And probably a lot of them are in a deeper shithole than you are. Sorry, I don't know why. I'm just, you know, like, I'm lucky. I am blessed. I am blessed, and that's why I need to stop wasting my time. And I'm not wasting my time. I try really hard. I really do. I really try to prioritize, but sometimes you just need a break, and I'm allowing myself to have that break. But it's time to refocus. It's time to refocus and rethink what I'm capable of accomplishing on a daily basis. Because that is key. Don't allow yourself to plateau at the beginning. Keep increasing, keep working towards a higher peak. Keep climbing the mountain. Keep reaching that next goal, accomplishing it, taking more steps forward. Because that, my darling, that is where find find yourself. You find your self-confidence. You find who you want to be when you put the time in creating that human. Because it takes time. It takes time and energy and love and service and education, knowledge, and self-care. It takes all four of those pillars, It takes all four of those tools in your motherfucking tool belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, respect yourself enough to pull out one of those tools, you know? Use it. Pull it out. Say, hey, check yourself. What are you thinking right now? Is that in alignment with who you are and what you want to cultivate? Hell no. Next. I do not associate with that thought. It is not a part of me. Thank you, but no thank you. Out of my head you go. Consciousness rejected. Okay? Like, you have total control of what you allow into your energetic field. It's difficult when you have to work with people in the community who you might not flow with or connect with, but they are there for a purpose. They are also teachers. They are there to test you in a sense that they are there to make sure that you are in alignment with yourself. Do you know who you are? Check yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. Unless they're your boss and they're like, hey, get it together, man. Which happens? Which happens? What happened to me? Like we all trip up. We all make mistakes. We all fall on our heads sometimes. Hey, Mo. We all fall on our heads sometimes, but that's why our skulls are hard. Made of thick bone marrow, you know? Um, so another tool, probably the last one I want to recommend is start the beginning of each of your days and the ends of your nights with making a goal list. Making a goal, a single goal for the next day, or a couple goals, you know? Maybe two small goals, one big goal, For me, my big goal tomorrow is to speak to Jenny and to say, hey, this is what I want to create for myself in the next week and the next 2 weeks. This is what I want to do and the kind of relationship that I want to have with you. I see you as a mentor. I respect you as my teacher. And I would love nothing more than to host classes in the collective space. Is there a way we can make that happen? Now, for my small goals are to make it to yoga tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And a small goal I have tomorrow is to eat. Is to eat food, nourish my body, so I don't get pissed and angry at work. Because that is not a fun lady to be around. So I'm gonna go ahead and write those down. Give myself a big hug. And say to myself, I love you. I love you. And I am worth it. Because affirmations, they lift you up. It doesn't matter if in the end you're really lying to sell yourself because you really don't feel confident or you aren't struggling. The fact that you are putting the effort in to say how you want to view yourself and how you want to have a relationship with yourself is powerful enough on its own, within itself. So try that tonight too. Give yourself a hug. Say, I love you. I love myself. And I am worth it. You, you are worth it. You are worth it. Accomplish your goals. Work hard. Study. Smart. And love yourself. Nourish yourself. And find a community who wants to do the same. Find a family who wants to do the same. And that's all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed talking about self-confidence with me. I sure as hell feel a lot better. And I hope I've inspired some self-confidence in you. Tomorrow I'm gonna go out there and do what I said I'm gonna do. Talk to my teacher. Be honest. Sam. Been scared. And I've been neglectful. But I'm done. I'm done neglecting what my heart knows is right for me. I'm done neglecting my future, my passion, my means of connecting with the community. I'm finished with what's behind me and that goal, that seed, that is what blossoms into self-confidence. Okay? I hope you have a good night, or a beautiful morning, or a lovely midday. And there's not much left for me to say. Be well. Let go. Just flow. Love yourself.